Morning Edition from NPR News. Ahead this hour, Puerto Rico faces its own debt crisis. I'm Renee Montaigne.
And I'm Linda Wertheimer. Today, Chris Christie announces his run for the Republican nomination. The New Jersey governor promises to be the truth teller in the race. Also, the French have a problem this summer, too much vacation. And we hear what could be the song of your summer. Our heavy rotation folks are talking about a band named Moors. It's Tuesday, June 30th, the birthday for David Allen Greer. The comedian is 59 today. And the news is next.
From NPR News in Washington, I'm Louise Schiavone. Greece is offering creditors a new 2-year aid proposal. Some European Union politicians are still trying to forge a last-minute deal between the Greek government and its lenders that could prevent Greece from defaulting on an IMF payment later today. Terry Schultz has more.
Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras called European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker last night to discuss whether any compromise was possible to maintain an EU-IMF funding package past its Tuesday evening deadline. Juncker said he wanted Tsipras to agree by midnight to accept the EU-IMF deal already on the table. That didn't happen, but European parliamentarian Gianni Pittella says here through an interpreter, his socialist group is keeping hopes alive and that negotiations continue.
We've managed to open up those channels in a situation which had been concluded negatively.
EU officials are maintaining pressure on Greek citizens to say yes in their Sunday referendum on whether to accept lenders' conditions for bailout funding. The EU says this vote will determine whether Greece remains in the Eurozone. For NPR News, I'm Terry Schultz in Brussels.
A Frenchman who has admitted to beheading his boss and ramming his delivery van into a gas plant will appear before and most likely be charged by an anti-terrorism judge. We get details from NPR's Eleanor Beasley.
Paris prosecutor François Molins said Yassine Salih's gruesome beheading of his boss was straight out of an ISIS textbook. Molins described at a press conference how Salih took 2 pictures of his beheaded victim, one a selfie, and sent them to a friend in Syria. Salih, a truck driver with a history of radical Islamic ties, was seized by firefighters as he tried to blow up the gas plant last Friday. According to the prosecutor, Salih said he neither remembers the beheading nor sending the photos, but Molins says investigators received a message to Salih from his friend in Syria. The man, also a French national believed to be fighting with ISIS, claimed responsibility for inspiring his friend. Eleanor Beardsley, NPR News, Paris.
The U.S. women's national soccer team has made it to the semifinals in the World Cup. NPR's Shireen Marisol Meraji has more on today's match against Germany.
You've got the 2 best teams facing off in the semifinals. Germany, the goal-scoring machine, they've scored 20 goals this tournament. Granted, 10 were against the Ivory Coast, so 10 goals in one game. And then you've got the U.S.'s defensive line, which has only let 1 goal pass this entire tournament. So you've got a strong German offense, you've got a powerhouse U.S. defense. It's going to be an exciting game.
Day 2 of play at Wimbledon, top seeds Novak Djokovic and Serena Williams moved into their respective second rounds with straight-set wins on Monday. Maria Sharapova and French Open champion Stan Wawrinka also advanced. A heat wave is moving north from Africa toward Europe. The temperatures at the All-England Club expected to exceed 90 starting tomorrow at this hour. The Dow is up 54 points. This is NPR.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and the John S. and James L. Knight Foundation, helping NPR advance journalistic excellence in the digital age. And from the listeners who support this NPR station.
With Colorado Public Radio News, I'm Mike Lang. The Colorado Supreme Court says the school voucher program in suburban Denver violates the state constitution because it provides funding for students to attend religious schools. The ruling Monday reverses a Colorado Court of Appeals decision upholding the program. Cindy Barnard is president of the Taxpayers for Public Education, which sued to block the program.
This is just a tremendous victory for public school kids in Colorado.
Officials with the Douglas County School District say they plan an appeal after a legal review. Kevin Larson is the school board president.
While we're disappointed in the court's decision today, we're not surprised.
Larson says supporters of the voucher program expected it could eventually be decided by the U.S. Supreme Court. Work starts in July on a project to keep polluted water